get my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again, yeah. I look into the sky with all its beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another. I got to show, to give, let out. I want to sing and shout. Take a look and see a beautiful morning that turns into a beautiful evening, and together make a beautiful life. And if you wanna
I've been in here and people are roaring with laughter, so.
It's a dirty show, though.
Well, it's clean dirt.
Forgive me, but the best restaurants of the world are here in Vegas. I mean, you have here the best of the best.
Yes.
So we have many celebrities here. The Harley Madison come over here, and Usher come over here many often, and the Paris Hilton come here, and Britney Spears came over here like 2 weeks ago.
Boy, I'm dating myself, but it's okay. Nobody else will.
Oh. That's so Vegas. Hello and welcome back to That's So Vegas. I'm Christine McKellar, your host, and I'm so pleased to be able to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah. It's just that time of year. And part of the celebration of this time of year is I have a really special guest, and Rob Garrett has been in Las Vegas for 35 years, have you not?
I've been in Las Vegas for 41 years.
41?
I've been.
Well, you just don't look it.
Oh, okay.
You must
I'll
have
take
converted.
that. I've been performing for 35 years here.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
And it's obvious looking at Rob that he is absolutely the most classic Neil Diamond. How would you put that? Some people don't want to be called an impersonator or.
Yeah,
You're a
I don't
cover
mind
artist.
being. It's a politically correct kind of thing, and they'll say tribute artist.
Tribute artist.
yeah,
That's
tribute
where
artist,
I
yeah.
was heading to that.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
But you look remarkably like Neil Diamond, and a question that I like to ask certain people who seem to just have that look is, you obviously born this way. How
Oh, obviously. Obviously.
Except
born.
like you said,
hair and everything.
Oh, you weren't born
Yeah.
with the hair. But why is that? I mean, you really do look a lot like him. Could it be like just the like you're channeling something, or?
I think I think that is actually a good analogy, because people have asked me that through the years. You know, did you always look like Neil Diamond? And if you look at me back in the 80s or the 90s, I didn't really. I didn't think I looked anything like Neil Diamond, but. I started in '95. I was working for Legends in Concert.
I love Legends. They
Yeah.
have their Christmas show. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. That was Legends in Concert. Was my college. And I call it my college.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and I was with them for 5 years. But I think what it was is I started growing into the character. When I first started doing the character in '95, I actually had to get a wig. Because my hair was different. This is all real now, but at the time it
fabulous.
was different, and I didn't know how to create this hairstyle. I had to be taught by a hairstylist how to do it and so forth.
Well, same with
A
me.
lot
but I
of
don't-
blow dryer technique,
right.
blow dry technique.
Right.
And
Yeah. But I've seen your show. I have seen you in action, and you really do. I mean, it has got to be like channeling, because you're fantastic, and I mean that seriously.
thank you.
Yes, you
Yeah.
sound like him. You've got that same kind of energy. It just seems to. I've seen Neil Diamond in the round in San Diego.
That's
That
what you
was-
were saying.
Yes, back in the 90s. It was incredible. Sometimes you go and see somebody that you adore and you're a little let down, but nothing like that. And your show, too. It strikes me as the same way. So let's talk a little bit about your venues, but I know that you just signed on a 6-month residency at the Tommy Wynn Theater. Right?
I did.
On the Strip, across
Yeah,
from the
on
Monte
the
Carlo,
Strip,
always on the fabulous Strip, where I'm at WCOBM.com doing this with you. So what are some of the other venues? You were at the Westgate.
I was at the Westgate.
Uh-huh.
For years, I've been on rotation at the Cannery.
Right.
I've done all the stations, just about all the station casinos.
Right.
South Point I do every year.
I love South Point.
I-
There's
I
a lot
lo-
going on there with the rodeo now. Too,
I love
huh?
it too. I love
Yeah,
South Point.
it's-
Cannery, South Point. You can't go. And they're big rooms
Uh-huh.
and so forth. And I love performing at any of those venues. But those are local venues.
But we love locals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are locals.
We are
Yeah,
locals,
right.
and we love locals. You came here to Vegas when you were 14, is that right?
Yeah, well,
You moved here with your family?
actually came here when I was about 10.
oh,
yeah, yeah,
from
New York
New York
City.
City
Yeah,
itself.
yeah.
And was there a reason your parents had relocated?
Yeah, Dad got a job opportunity,
Uh-huh.
and I had already been here as a little kid with my mom and grandmother as a tourist.
They probably played bingo and stuff, right?
They did, and Keno and whatever, and I was completely amazed even back then in the 70s, in the early 70s with this town, and
the lights and the
everything,
glamour and-
made a big impression on me. I was even very, very young, I was a big musical fan, and they took me to shows, and I said, oh my God, this is the greatest city in the world.
Yeah, you got the fever.
Yeah, I very much so. And then just by coincidence, Dad got a job opportunity, and we moved here in '74.
And you were what? You were 10, but at 14 you picked up the guitar. Is that correct? And that's when you started.
yeah.
Was Vegas perhaps the influence for the Neil Diamond? Did you? I mean, at 10 you probably didn't know much about Neil Diamond. Where did that come from?
Well, no, don't say that. I mean,
I
we
take it
don't
back.
say don't say that, because at 10 I knew about Neil Diamond. I mean, obviously I had the single, the 45 of Sweet Caroline and
Oh.
Hot August Night and so forth, and so I was a big fan already.
Oh,
you know,
wow! You had the music in you.
Yeah, I very much so. At a very young age, I was
Mm-hmm.
already very, as far as interests, were music.
Right.
And
Neil never played Vegas back in any of the day, though, did he? Wasn't it until much later, like more recently, that he even came? No, he was. Okay.
I'm going to educate you.
Please do.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
when I get educated.
Neil Diamond opened the Aladdin Theater for the Performing Arts, which is now I believe the Access where Britney plays at.
Right.
He opened that room it was the Aladdin, it wasn't Planet Hollywood,
I remember the Aladdin.
in 1976.
Oh, I had
And it was
no idea.
it was a very big deal, because Vegas had been trying to get him for years
Oh.
to play here, and he would not. I mean, Elvis was ready here, Sinatra was, but Neil would not do it, because Neil did not want to work in a showroom where back in those days there were people were serving dinner,
Right.
and he didn't want to work in a showroom.
He likes being in the round, doesn't he?
He was a concert guy.
So because he can project that, is that why he felt that his power and everything was better suited to a huge
Yeah,
like you?
He was an arena guy, and he still is. He
Yeah.
still is an arena guy. He's not a showroom or a cabaret guy, and he waited, and then the Aladdin in '76 built a state-of-the-art theater.
Wow.
Beautiful. Back then it was beautiful. It still is beautiful,
Of course,
but
right.
it's small by today's standards.
Right.
Back then it held 7,500 people, and he was the first one they booked, and they paid him crazy money.
Good. He deserves it.
And he was supposed to come in and do 3 shows, and they sold out so quick. He added 2 more. He did 5 shows.
Oh,
that was
wow.
bicentennial weekend
Oh,
in
boy.
this country.
Oh, wow.
So July 4th weekend of 1976.
Oh, and him doing America. Had he written America?
Nope, there was no America
Maybe he
then.
was inspired
Yeah.
at some point by that memory. Well, and he's got to be pleased with you. I'm sure he knows of you. Maybe
He
not
does.
have met him, but
he definitely knows of me.
and you were one of the first tribute artists, correct? That got the Tribute Artist of the Year / Excellent in Entertainment Award.
I was the first one. 'Cause
Yes.
They had given it to performers and singers, but not tribute artists or impersonators and so forth. So I was the first one that they asked, we'd like to honor you with this particular award.
That is so fantastic. How do you feel about that? I mean, that is a tribute and a tribute within a tribute.
It is a tribute within a tribute, and I was honored, and it felt great. And what can I say, And
Yeah.
I accepted, and
It's like walking in his shoes.
yeah,
Yeah. Do you play the
Oh.
guitar too, or?
I do.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you should have brought it with you.
I didn't, but
But-
I played guitar since I was, like you said.
Oh, that's excuse me, a little blonde moment there. We did talk about the guitar.
Since I was
but-
14.
Right, but you don't play it on stage.
Yeah, yes, I do.
Yes, he does. I'm just digging myself deeper in a hole here.
She-
It could be.
I
I
play
have seen-
every
that's right,
I
in
play
the- yeah.
I play guitar on my shows, on every song, he would pick up a guitar on,
Right.
and play it.
But
on.
you have a band. I guess that's where I was going with this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
you have it's a very good band, isn't it?
It is a very good band.
Well, while I'm digging myself out of this hole here, we're going to have to cut to a break and let me regroup. But yeah, this show is sponsored by the Red Roof Inn on Paradise across from the Hard Rock Hotel. Free Wi-Fi, free complimentary breakfast for guests, and we'll be right back with Ron Garrett. I said Ron.